What's up, everybody? How is everyone going out there? Hope everybody's doing good. Yo, check this out. We're going to talk about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. I want to weigh in on it again because it is so... I'm disgruntled as a boxing fan once again. But anyway, besides that, I just want to say there was some good fight, a really good fight, interesting and good to see in the real world of boxing. When I say real world, it's because we're not talking about YouTubers fighting legendary fighters like Tyson and Holyfield at almost 60. Anyway, bloodbath. It was an amazing fight. It was really good. Okay, I don't want to overly use the word amazing, but Tim Tszyu steps in there on 2 weeks' notice to fight Fandora, and an interesting unifying bout of titles. Got to watch this in my free time, and Tim's, if you looked at Fandora, super tall, freak of nature. He's so tall, it's insane. The way this guy is built at that weight, his height is just unbelievable. So Sebastian Fandora upsets Tszyu, who was a favorite. It was a real treat watching this fight. If you missed it, I suggest you go see it. Spoiler alert anyway, if you don't know anything about it, but if you're here, you probably do because you're a boxing fan. Anyway, it was a decision for Fandora in a great fight where Tszyu was caught early on his head. It was basically self-inflicted. It was an accident, of course, where he leaned in and Fandora's left elbow caught him on top of the head. And I don't remember the ring announcers, the color commentators, they were talking about what it reminded them of, but I don't think I heard this, and it reminded me of De La Hoya versus Julio Cesar Chavez. If you remember that fight, Chavez had a short buzz cut like Fandora, and he had a crimson mask. It was just covered with blood from the cut that De La Hoya put on him with his jabs. So that was a setback all on its own. You can't make excuses. Well, you can, but I'm not going to take anything away because Fandora was knocked out in his previous fight. I remember it was like last year, brutally KO'd, and he comes back and gets an opportunity like this at 154 pounds. And what is he, like 6'6"? This kid he's super tall, so he well deserved. I thought he was ahead. Early on, before the cut, some would argue, Tszyu looked like he was going to win. But, you gotta, even though he couldn't see through the damage from the cut, and he had trouble seeing for sure, Fandora put on an excellent showcase of using his height, utilizing his reach, and all those things you should do as a tall fighter over shorter fighters, especially in a division like this, where he really literally stands out. He's Fandora's 6'5" and basically 6'6" almost, and he's really skinny. And hey, he's 21-1 and 13 KOs now. And no, going into the fight, I think he was. And Brian Mendoza was the one that knocked him out, which was an upset. So Tim Tszyu, now he's 24-1 and 17 KOs. So I think, so it's 21 for Fandora, 1 and 13 KOs. But anyway, it was a really good fight, really refreshing to see when you have the backdrop of this silliness with fighters such as Jake Paul, who the one time he fights a real boxer who's a C fighter, Tommy Fury, right? Tommy Fury is Tyson Fury's half-brother or whatever. And he beats Jake Paul the first time he steps up and fights someone that's not an MMA fighter or a YouTuber, an MMA fighter that's very old. And now he's going to fight Mike Tyson, and I gotta tell you, I don't think this fight is legit at all. The latest news, I'm looking at the mirror, I'll scroll through real quick. It's a lot of clickbait, of course, because we live in a headline world. If you don't do clickbait, forget it. By the way, there's a clickbait douche, I don't know what to say. This guy put a copyright strike on a channel. Look at the 2 previous videos. I could totally counterclaim, but whatever. It's not even worth it. I don't want this guy knowing who I am or where. Well, I got a P.O. box anyway. I'm thinking about counterclaiming. I got like 60 more days on a strike. So basically, I'm talking over videos. It's all fair use. This guy's showing Tyson Fury clips and everything and has the audacity to copyright strike my channel. Hard strike. I hate these copyright trolls. I hate them. I don't F with nobody. I've been on YouTube for many years. And once I figured out what fair use was, yeah, man, let's tell you. I even had someone steal my short films and put it in compilations with no talk straight up, really, with no transformative work, and I didn't even want to damage them. I just said, hey, could you take that down? And because it's not fair use, and you got my whole video there, my horror film. It's a horror film. It's not real ghost clips you're using. But the person wasn't even talking over it and just showing it. But anyway, this is just terrible. I just want to say, to fight today's the channel. It's an AI voice, clickbait, fake narratives, everything's fake, and this loser copyright strikes me. I wrote him a nice letter, but now I'm putting him on blast. I might further the blast up. I recorded everything for the screen in the future. Just, well, karma's you know what? Maybe he'll get flagged and demonetized. That person that put that channel together for all the fake content, fake voice, fake news, fake everything. I don't even think what they talk about, a lot of the narrative is just fake. So we live in a clickbait headline world. Okay, it's all right if you're going to clickbait a little, you got to, but when you're totally misleading and just make things up, have a whole different thing in the video just to get people to watch and drag out the time with a fake AI voice in a ChatGPT clip. It's ridiculous. OpenAI has created all these, but YouTube now has a thing where you have to check it off if it's fake. So ChatGPT, fake narratives, fake, Mike Tyson is going to come back against Holyfield, and have a fake AI face. Everything's AI. And anyway, I'm a real person here, all real, all legit. And let's just go right through the news here. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight upgraded as potential rule emerges, according to the Mirror. Won't be sanctioned as an exhibition fight. So, okay, the Mike Tyson Paul fight won't be sanctioned as an exhibition fight, according to boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. So what's the truth? Can we get some hard facts? Roy Jones says that, but is it true? But Iron Mike I don't even believe anything I read anymore at this point. Iron Mike is back in the ring, as you know. He's going to fight Jake Paul. I'm just scanning through this. From what I understand, I put the rules up. There's going to be no headgear, but there's going to be these 16-ounce gloves. Well, listen, I just don't believe that this is going to be a real fight. I'm skimming through this headline. It's just more things that nothing new here. It's always a if and not a might, a hypothetical. If Mike comes out and does what normally does, it's going to be a tough situation for Jake. No, because first of all, he's almost 60. And if you look at Tyson's last fight, I think it was versus Kevin McBride, a bum. In boxing, you call him a bum. I'm not sorry. This is just what people say. Mike Tyson's last pro fight. I just want to get it right here. He was out of gas, Mike Tyson. It was Kevin McBride. It was an ugly, ugly stoppage. Let me just go to box records and look and tell you exactly what it is. Mike Tyson's last fight, box records. But before that, he was already fading. He would run out of gas. This is Tyson, in his late 30s? His last professional fight was versus Kevin McBride. It was an awful fight. This McBride guy going in was an unknown, just like a Peter McNeely, really bad. It was just ugly. And Mike Tyson was just so gassed. He would get tired. And he would just basically collapse, like Foreman versus Ali. I mean, comparing that, these guys were young back then, but something like that, where he's so tired, he just fell on his own body on the ropes, just like, I give up, I can't fight it. He had nothing left. So a bum, you could have went in there yourself and threw a right hook, and Mike Tyson was so out of gas, he would just fall. So before that, he lost to Danny Williams. This is Mike Tyson. I think it was under the similar circumstances from what I remember. But yeah, he would just get TKO'd, and he was just so tired. Just that being said, going up to Jake Paul here. So guy's in his 20s can literally run around and have Tyson winded, even with 2-minute rounds that they're supposedly having on Netflix. Tyson lost his last fight. I'm just Googling this real quick. But anyway, so it was this unknown Irish guy, and he won the fight. It was a long time ago. And Mike Tyson was 38 years old. It was pretty sad. It was damn sad, actually. But the good news is Tyson later filed for bankruptcy. Said he was in debt, and I think it started with Spike Lee with a Broadway play, who came up with an idea, and Mike Tyson started getting more, the arts helped him out, and then he was on his way to redemption as far as financially, which is great to see, and I'm glad he's making money, because certainly this man deserves it. He was ripped off and robbed by so many people. He's just one of our heroes in that boxing era. Mike Tyson is just like, will always be discussed when it comes to the sport of boxing forever. He just goes down as one of the best in his prime, one of the best ever. It's up for debate. Was he better than Ali? Holyfield figured him out. I actually thought, I was a very young youth, and I actually thought Tyson didn't look good, and I thought that Holyfield would definitely beat him, and I was right about that. He had the style in the rematch. He just knew he was going to win it again. And but fast forward, the guy's almost 60. He's going to be 58 years old, fighting a 27, 28-year-old. I mean, this is ridiculous. So are there agreements? Probably. Are they going to go hard? Probably not. Can Jake Paul run around? I mean, did they give a wink, hey, let's make our millions? Jake Paul dance around him, get Tyson tired, land some jabs. Mike walking in, holding because he starts to run out of breath. And hopefully he just doesn't fall over from exhaustion. Because when you're in there, he was in there with Roy Jones last. But Roy Jones is no spring chicken. It looked like they were going on easy on each other. So, I just think this is a fake fight. Unfortunately for us, for real boxing fans, you got to be kind of ticked off at this. I mean, it's, good for him, make the money. But hey, listen, I think this is a BS fight. I don't even think it's real. I can't even take it seriously and start analyzing it. I just think if Jake Paul really, at 27 years old, even if you have cab driver level boxing skills and you're a weekend boxer, you work in construction and you register your hands professionally and you go in there occasionally, and you could probably beat a Jake Paul, a professional fighter. Take that with a grain of salt. That's professional fighter stuff. Because you saw what happened when he went in there against Fury. Anyway, he could dance around Tyson and run from him. And possibly even, if he tried, probably beat him on points. I don't know. I can't take this seriously at all. Tyson, hopefully he's okay. And it's not even that serious, like I said, because I don't want Tyson getting really injured. And plus, Tyson likes to... if you watch this podcast... he's not exactly living the healthiest lifestyle, putting things, I don't even want to say what those things are, but listen, you think he's going to stop doing what he enjoys doing? He's going to go in there and he's going to just get a check, and if he really doesn't care and it's somewhat serious, Jake Paul's going to end up stopping him if he tried, because he's tired or whatever, and he's just old, 60 years old. 60 is not the new 20. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. This man's going to be winded and gassed after a round or 2, 3. Forget it, the third, even with 2-minute rounds. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. Kind of frustrated, but I'm glad we got a really good fight. I know I'm a little late on it because I watched it after it happened. Sebastian Fandora upsets Tim Tszyu to win the junior middleweight titles. Unbelievable. I want to see a rematch. And yeah, Tszyu is a stand-up guy. No excuses. I hate when they say no excuses, but it was only a week's notice. I thought it was 2 weeks, they said, but he said week. And it should be an interesting rematch the way Tszyu was landing those right hands early. Because this guy was a lefty, southpaw, Sebastian. And I wouldn't be surprised if he does the repeat of what he did in the first fight. Just saying. From what I was looking at, Tim Tszyu would have to constantly land that right hand and try to bang him out of there and land a lot more of them. So anyway, it was a real interesting fight. Really good fight. If you see it, get to see it. Errol Spence versus Fandora. I'm in. Let's check it out. Maybe that will happen. I don't know. We're going to see what happens. And let's get some real boxing out here again. What are we going to see next? William Shatner fighting Jake Paul? I mean, you know, what is William Shatner now? If you don't know, he was in the original Star Trek. This guy got some set of genes. The guy's lucid. The guy's working. The guy outlived everybody everywhere. I was watching an old episode of Columbo the other day. I was like, wow, he outlived probably everyone that's on screen right now. It's crazy. In the 70s, this show was. William Shatner. This man is legendary. Are you a fan? I just had to bring him up. 93 years old. He's in good shape, good health. Most people will never see a life like this. No nursing home. No. I mean, the guy's a true celebrity, a true legendary actor. I don't know why I'm bringing him up, because I was thinking, hey, why don't you? Is he next for Jake Paul? Hey, Jake Paul's going to be almost 30 at some point. And William Shatner, you know, maybe still fine at 96, 97. Let's make it happen. That's what a joke this has become. So anyway, shout out to William Shatner. Captain James T. Kirk, the original. All right, it's your boy. I'm out.